CEO of a company, you are more or less the master dreamer behind the scenes. You can say, let's go here, let's check this out. I want to get more into this.
I try to stay really focused, attention to detail when it comes to the drug development side. We acquired clinics because I believe ethically that the foundation needs to be set. Personalized medicine, in my experience through the medical system, neurologists don't talk to psychiatrists who prescribe medicine. They don't talk to the psychologists. I want to set up like a clinic that can address not only the patient but the caregiver a number of different ways, holistically through medicine work, but also through diagnostics, so you can actually show people that this is working, right? And if it's not working, then you can change it up.
So we're really focused on helping women, and we're looking at, we actually have a proprietary drug that's ready for clinical testing.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so our first indication is PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. This is a very severe form of PMS, and it affects 30% of women, and it's $1 billion industry. It's also very severe. So it's severe depression, severe anxiety, as well as physiological breast tenderness and just pain that's associated with it. Actually, 30% of patients attempt suicide. So it's a serious matter. I didn't even know about it until I really got into the field. I knew about PMS, but that just goes to show how little education there is around, women's issues. So there are also no therapeutics on the market. The only drugs that are prescribed are SSRIs, so your Paxil, your Zoloft, your
to mitigate
antidepressant
the response to PMDD.
Exactly, and the problem is that there's a lot of negative side effects. So as sexual dysfunction is one of them, bowel issues is another one. So people often stop taking them. So there's really no solutions, and the psychedelic space is an opportunity to create new drugs, RX drugs, for patients with these disorders.
This is a really exciting time for us. We have 2 novel treatments going into human studies very, very soon. And when you think about all the great work that's being done in the space, it's mostly studying classical psychedelics, psilocybin or DMT or MDMA. And we have 2 novel compounds. A novel analog of psilocybin we're studying for depression, starting around mid-year, and a novel analog of DMT, a deuterated version, that I'm super excited about. I think it might be the most interesting psychedelic compound in development right now. And that's because if you can think about the way that DMT works, it's very quick onset, very quick offset, not a lot of hangover afterwards, is pretty clean and out of the body quickly. And with our deuterated version, CYB4, which we just got a patent issued on, patients could literally be into the clinic, have a 30-minute session, maybe 10 minutes recovery, and out of the clinic within an hour.
Does anything come to mind when you think about integration of an experience pre and post?
Yeah, absolutely, it does. And we're taking that whole process very seriously. Look at all of the academic studies that have been done with every psychedelic compound. It doesn't, agnostically, so whether it's psilocybin or DMT or whatever. The studies that had more robust psychotherapy or more robust psychological support had much more impressive outcomes than those that had none or very little. What we want to show is that the drug, in combination with this procedure, the psychological support, the 2 go together and gives months of benefit. And so we'll be looking to find ways to show that happens, that there are benefit of combining the 2 and trying to get those reimbursed.
What's inspiring you right now? What are you excited about?
One thing that's really lighting me up recently, and something that's new for us, we've developed this innovative investment vehicle with Vine called Regenerative Financing, which allows us to raise $70 million. We're actually almost finished with this raise, but why I'm so excited about it is because we're still retaining our nonprofit approach. We have 100% equity still, and this raise is a revenue share after our MDMA sales. For me, that's really exciting because I really believe we need a lot more innovation in industry in general, but specifically in the psychedelic industry. I think we have a responsibility and this beautiful opportunity to do things differently and not just business as usual.
As a soldier, come home, I have problems, this, that, and the third, and the solution is, here's this bag of medication, I'm gonna put you in an environment and you figure it out. That's not good for a lot of soldiers. Creating an environment is what people need. Not only veterans, but seniors. They put in the work, but now they not as useful as before.
Yeah.
How many seniors are out here trying to deal with life by themselves? How many veterans are trying to deal with life by themselves? Because we have a huge mislink in community involvement. So by creating this community, we're creating a mixed-use environment that allows community involvement and impact to come together. Because as a fish, you can do a lot more than as a finger.
So it's called Irwin Naturals Emergence. It's a chain of brick and mortar clinics, and in pharmaceuticals, brick and mortar will never go away because you will have to have the doctor still prescribe these drug brands, as opposed to Apple, which actually sells me iPhones direct over the mail, and they go around Best Buy or around Amazon. But in the pharmaceutical world, they can't do that. So that's why the brands, whoever becomes the largest specialty brand of psychedelic mental health clinics, kind of think something like Jenny Craig of psychedelic mental health clinics. Jenny Craig was a weight loss clinic, and Irwin Naturals Emergence is a chain of mental health clinics specializing in psychedelics.
Psych Wellness is a Canadian-based health and wellness company, and we are working with a mushroom called Amanita muscaria, which is the red and white mushroom cap. You're probably familiar with it from Super Mario Brothers, Alice in Wonderland, or the emoji on your phone. But what's really unique is it's quite misunderstood. Although it's recognized, it's not really understood. So if you were to Google it, it would come up as a poisonous mushroom, when in fact there's some compounds in it that they can have quite a nasty effect, but by and far it's not a poisonous mushroom. We've done the work on this mushroom, we've done the preclinical studies, the toxicology studies, and over the course of 2 years, we've positioned the company now to be able to start selling our product as a food supplement in the United States under the GRAS designation. So GRAS is generally regarded as safe, and that's a designation that you get from a peer group of scientists who will review all the scientific data, and it's generally done by food supplement companies in advance of getting their new dietary ingredient designation with the FDA. We received our GRAS designation about 2 months ago. We will be doing our first pilot run of a tincture that we've called Calm. It's a really, really pretty bottle, nice label, and the idea with our first product will be this is something to take in the evening prior to going to bed, and with the idea that it's going to help you have a relaxing, restful sleep. We're not in a position to make any claims towards that, but we can certainly be suggestive of what that end goal will be. So moving forward with that, we should have our first products in the market in the United States this summer of 2022, and then ramping up in 2023 with a full year of commercialization and production. So we're very excited.
Benzinga, we're looking to be the number one place for investing and building wealth. And a lot of that has to do with looking at emerging markets, and that's where the real possibilities of growth are. If you look at markets that are very established, it's hard for them to really jump exponentially in how much wealth they can generate in the medium to long term. But if you're looking at emerging industries like esports, crypto, cannabis, psychedelics, and a lot of other industries that are arising now, there's if you get in early on those industries, there's a lot of possibility of really building substantial wealth from those industries. So I guess that's the main interest of Benzinga into embracing psychedelics, but it's also just trusting that the fundamental thesis of the market is going to work. And we as a representative of the psychedelics brand at Benzinga, I really believe in the power of psychedelics to heal the mind and the body and to really do a lot of good in the world. So I think that's the fundamental thesis of the industry, and that's what's going to eventually cause the market to grow and to become established and to give to bear the fruit that is being planted now. So I guess that's what we're focused on at Benzinga.